Right, a few minutes behind schedule. Welcome to Major Applications Planning. Right, we will... Apologies for absence, please.
Apologies received from Councillor Edwards with Councillor Flynn substituting and Councillor Duncan with Councillor Morse substituting.
Thank you. Declarations of interest. Councillor Flynn, I have one.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I have a declaration of interest for item number 6 of the agenda.
And you'll be leaving us.
And I will be leaving the room for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I have approval for the minutes of the meeting 23rd of August? Three. Thank you. There are 3 items on tonight's agenda, and that's what we're doing. They're all in part 1. Right, that formality's done. Councillor Flynn, if you would leave us for a moment. Would you like to introduce item 6 for me?
Good evening, Chair and members. Thank you, Chair. Item 6 is Northwood College Educational Foundation at Maxwell Road, Northwood. That's the location plan, the constraints plan, and you have a plan with the red line showing the temporary building. These are details of the temporary structure. An aerial view of the site. Chair, the application is effectively seeking consent for continued use of the temporary classroom accommodation comprising a 2-storey building. It's in order to continue the accommodation facilities for the teaching of the science lessons. Consent was given on the 8th of April 2014, and there was a condition, the first condition of that consent, that required that the temporary structure be removed by the 4th of September 2017, and that's why this item has come to you, Chair. I'd like to draw your attention, Chair and members, to informative 9, and that has been placed in there in order to ensure that effectively there are no enforcement immunity issues that leaves us as a council at a disadvantage. So the real key issues here are that there's no increase in the developed area of the college and the proposal is temporary.
Straightforward, I think. Councillor Higgins?
Yes, I'm surprised we couldn't make it a condition rather than informative, but that's fine. I agree with the officer's recommendation. So.
Seconder, please. Councillor Dillon, thank you. All those in favour, please show. That one's approved, thank you. I move to item 7, units 2 and 3, 1 to 3, Uxbridge Road, Hayes. Oh, yes. Sorry, I'd nearly forgotten. That's all right, that's all right. Right. He'll come back in, he'll spot the hands, guys. Yeah, thank you. Right. When you're ready.
Thank you, Chair. Item 7 is effectively the, reported to committee in order to formalise the works that's been proposed. There are no issues in relation to the external area of the subject property with regards to increase in either elevational details or footprint of the building. Everything relates to gross floor space internally, and the increase is only 2%. It's no larger than the consent that was given in May 2014. So members, the issues here are fairly simple. It's effectively to ensure formalised works for the subject property. And if I can take you, that's the location plan, constraints plan, and you've got a location plan again showing the subject building, another plan, an aerial view, and some street scenes of the subject building, close up. Thank you, Chair. So the key issue is that there are no increase in the developed area of the proposal. It's all internal.
Yeah. James. Sorry, just to slightly clarify. So I know it sounds slightly odd, but the Highways Officer's given the most succinct summary of the proposal on page 36. So credit to the highway engineers who've actually explained that and there's various figures given there. So it's only a 2% change, but it is a modest increase. It's not neutral. So there is a modest increase, but as Edward outlined, it's actually only 2%. So it's...
And I think that summary on page 36 is spot on, because that gives all the figures very, very neatly. Councillor Higgins, you indicated.
I'd propose officer's recommendation.
Second.
Oh, there you go. I've got two hands either side. All those in favour, please show. Thank you. I move to the third item, which is agenda item 8, and is a variation on S106's. I would, before the officers start, draw members' attention to the addendum on this item, which varies effectively number 2 in the S106 and considerably clarifies and strengthens that. So when we're discussing that item, could you just, because 2 was a little bit on the loose side, and the addendum as now proposed by the legal officer has moved that position forward. So when we come to discuss it, that's where we need to be. Edward, would you just outline this one for us?
Sorry. So, Chair, if I could take you through the slides and then draw your attention to the one principal key issues here on this item. We have the location plan showing the 2 sites. So you've got the former British Legion, which is this one, and this is the former police station. So effectively, they are opposite each other. And this is the former police station site. And this is the British Legion site. So, Chair, the key issues here is that we're effectively having we had originally three bedroom rented houses and 3-bedroom shared ownership flats, which are being transferred over to the former British Legion site. And as a result, we end up with 6 3-bedroom houses plus 2, making a total of 8 3-bedroom houses on the former British Legion site. Those are the key issues, Chair.
Thank you. And the clarification now makes sure that the provision that we're moving, which was part rented, part shared ownership on the West Drayton site, is going to be at least that on the British Legion site. Councillor Oswald.
Thank you very much, Chairman. So are we saying that, I'm sorry, I can't find it in this report, but are we losing anything?
No.
It's just being transferred across the road, basically, is it?
Yeah, and we're getting all houses and not a mixture of houses and flats.
Great stuff. Thank you
so
very
we've
much.
actually, I would argue, improved.
I actually have lots of numbers and figures, because I've done my own sort of census check of this. So effectively, the flats are slightly smaller on the police station site. The house is marginally larger, but the total floor area, there is no loss by transferring across. But what you do gain is effectively 3 flats become 3 houses where they've got gardens and a better deal, in effect.
Well, if I can come back, Chairman, as long as they're still for rent.
Yeah. Well, it's a minimum of 3 rent, which is what we had before.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll move the officer's recommendation.
Seconded?
I will second.
Thank you. All those in favour, please show. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you all very much indeed for your time. Modest amount of it. We'll just make sure, they're just going to cut the stream off now.